to my YouTube channel. As you know, always your boy EFX Sniper. I just want to give you guys a breakdown of the trade I just took a few minutes ago, and what was the reason of me taking that entry. What did I see? It was a risk entry, but as long as I saw the setup that I normally trade, they play out, this is why I decided to jump on the trade. So the first things, like if you guys remember on the previous video on the NASDAQ, I did explain the reason of me telling people to sell from this area when market was retracing from there. How was the first guy like on a group to know about the area where market was selling? There is a reason I give on the other video. If you haven't watched that video, I'm gonna make sure I'll put the link on the description. As what people they say to me, you need to put a link. You know, I'm sorry guys, because I was making a mistake. I can talk about the video or I give you a reference, but I don't show you. Like it is also in the description for you to go and watch the video. But normally if you check there, I always put a link of a video that you have to look. So the first things that I could see from this one, let's say when NASDAQ was buying, was this one. I'm sure I did give a breakdown. If I haven't give the breakdown, I'm sorry guys. This is the breakdown of NASDAQ. If you guys remember, this was the most higher high of NASDAQ. Then NASDAQ did break this higher point, and the only decision point that was remaining there was this one, because at least here we had a strong momentum before they come and break this area. As you can check, they break the area, then they created this liquidity. I did trade NASDAQ the previous week. I was taking the entry. I bought from here, going to the upside. Then when we get here, I think I sold again, but the buy, all this buy, I did not take the buy because I missed. I was not in front of my chart. But I'm going to show you guys how you could be able to catch this movement if you are in the market. Then the next things that you could do, let's say you found the decision point. You guys knows about the way I talk about the microzone and the microzone. So what you need to do is you refine your entry. This is your H4 zone. But how do you take the entry if you want to get long from here? This is what I want to show you guys. When I have my decision point on H4, the first things that I want to do is on M15. When I go, let's say this is my decision point. Let's say my decision point is like this. I'm repeating again, guys, there is things that you have to look and remember to take this market as simple as you can. If you want to make it complicated for you, then it's going to be very hard for you even to make money. So this is your decision point. Then from your decision point, there is things that you want to look at. So the first things that you want to look at is the way market is coming to your decision point. If market is coming impulsively to your decision point, let's say market is just dropping straight like this. I'm sorry guys. So market is just dropping straight like this without even taking time before getting to this decision point. Even if your decision point look as beautiful as it look, you don't have to look to take a trade from there. You need to wait for reaction. When I talk about the reaction, is let's say market gets here, then buy, market has to come down. So when market is coming down to this area, what is going to give you a confirmation is, let's say if you know about the candlestick pattern, all those kind of stuff. So what you're going to do is just that you wanna see what market is showing. So let's say market open the first candlestick. If that candlestick close, let's say it's a bullish engulfing, then you're gonna wait for market to come and trade again more close to the open of the bearish candlestick that was there, then for you to buy. So this is gonna be a first entry, and you need to wait for confirmation. When we break a structure of this one, then when markets return, let's say that it's gonna return back to this area, then you fly with it to the upside. So it depends on what market is showing you, or sometimes you're gonna see market is gonna break already this area because this one could not touch your decision points. Then market get there, this one become a stop hunt. So you need to see the same thing, same logic. You just look for, let's say if there is a candlestick that whatever, you know, you need to understand also those candlestick and the way they are playing. They are useless if you don't take them at the right time, but they are very powerful if you take them at the right time. You see those kind of stuff. Let's say in this case, as you can check here, you could even get an entry. So Maybe one day I'm just gonna do a video of all the candlestick pattern, the one that I'm look at. But so far, the Nasdaq today was beautiful. I'm gonna show you guys why I took the entry. Then you go like this. This is what happened that day from the area. As you can check here, market did touch already our zone. And then the second time when it comes to the downside, this is why I took my buy position. Here I could not even wait for, let's say, break of structure, because according to me there was no break of structure yet. Only market react to this one. Then I saw the way market was playing inside here. Then if we check most of the people that as we trade supply and demand, we do look at these things like 3D inside my decision points. This is why I end up taking a buy position. I went with it until I think this area, then I did close it. Then the next day was like the Asian range, it come back again. So now I want to show you guys how you could be able to catch the movement. So let's say on this one, what you want to see is just to mark like all the decision point and all the lower high and lower low, and try to see which one was the last one. Let's say in case if I just mark all this one, you see, because this one was the last one that produced for us. Let's say we have this one, and market just come. So if you check on this scenario, you're gonna see that this area was the last one that produced this low low. So now if we want to take the trade, let's say we want to rush the trade from here, then we're gonna look for something like this. Let's say this break of structure on that M5. Then let me go to M5 from there so that we can see what was happening there. So this could be your perfect entry for you to be able to catch the movement. Let's say for the first time, if you want to take the entry, this could be your level, because market break this area, market retrace, here you could get the entry. Then you go with it to the upside. Then you wait again for the measure one. You see this one, like for me, it was like a measure one that I was looking at. Then I end up missing because I was busy with V75. Then when market took out this one, so now we need to understand what is the last level that market could come, let's say in case of coming and try to get the entry. Then if you check on this area, I think on M3, there is a decision point that was there, and market did not mitigate. So you're supposed to do what, to come from the area there, and for you to do it, to take the entry. I'm gonna show you guys, just remain up until the end. You're gonna see the entry I took, because you know, most of the people, they'll see this block as where they have to come and do it. They have to come and buy. And for people that they are putting, let's say, a small stop loss, you know, there is people that they'll say, my stop loss has to be just below my entry. They reduce their stop loss. Let's say, example, someone took the entry like this and take it here. See what is going to happen. This person will go out. But from this one, what I did, I selected this area here as to be my decision point, because this is where I saw those, like, you know, remember guys, I trade the footprint. I saw this area for me as the decision point that could hold this price. This is what I was looking at. Then I did not put the pending order, but then market end up go without me. You see, this is what I was looking at. Even like if you miss the entry, like the way I missed the entry, because all this I in between, you see, all this one was just a liquidity, the one that market's supposed to come and run. When you know about liquidity, you know that this area was a liquidity that was being created just for them to do it, to come and buy. Check the way they manipulate, because they know most of the people, they will see this one as market is respecting, sorry guys, is respecting the order flow, whatever they call it. So market has to come and buy from here. But the only thing that you need to do is just to understand where is liquidity and what market is showing you. At the same time, do you see, like, let's say example here, this also was like a compression. You know, like for most of people that are trading trend line, they're gonna say, okay, this is a trend line, then market has to come back for me to do it, to touch, you know, you have your dead touch, and they expect again a reaction, then market break. This also is another retest. You see, we retest there, then market is just gonna continue. So as long as you understand what is happening, even if you are selling from here, you need to exit the market, because you know what is going to happen. But here come another story. Do you see here we break structure? We break this one, because this low is the one that produced this high, because it took out all this area. This was just a liquidity they created. They come and run all the liquidity. Then when they run, because this is inside this range, then when market wanna come to this area, we wanna see again another pullback. Do you see from this area? What is there? Do you see? You know, I've been talking about all this stuff all along. This was a demand area. Markets manipulate, so market has to trade to the demand level. But how do you take the trade there? You need to see the PA. What is your PA? Is the price approach? How is the price approaching there? We're approaching with compression. Then you could sell here just to come to the downside. Then when you are selling, market come back again to the upside, break this area, then return to the downside. They created that liquidity. The FEG here was acting also as a liquidity, but we had this zone. You see. Then if my way of trading, I'm just gonna tell you what was happening here. I have to mark my SSR line for me to be able to catch the movement from there. Here we go. You see what was happening, and from there, market just fly like nobody business. Now here come another story, a good story of today. So what was happening today was this one. And then I end up I end up having this analysis. So let me first show you guys on the chart, because we have been talking about these things here. Where is the area? Because I did send the chart here. I did send. This was what I was looking at in the morning. I was looking at this area to see, okay, I have to do what? I have to, I have to sell when market gets on top there. Why? Because this one for me is a liquidity. Then market has to run that liquidity. When we run the liquidity, then we have to sell. Again, I end up seeing all this area. So now I was monitoring the market during the New York session to see what is going to happen. So this is what ended up happening on New York. Then I mark all this area to be my liquidity zone. This is what I mark, because I was looking only on higher time frame. So something came up to my mind to look on the low time frame. Then I went to H1. H1 I could not see something proper. Then I decided I went to M15. So now on M15, what I did was I checked the way market was going to the upside. You see the way market was going to the upside. Respecting. Then we get here, market fell to break this high. So when market fell to break this high, because of this footprint, I sold again from this one. I sold from this one. The picture there, everything is there. I sold from this one. Then market come with me all the way to the downside. So I did not react again to the market from there. So this is what now happening today. Let's say the way market sold from here. This one gave me like 1,000 something. Then I sold. I did not look at the market again. Now come the story of today. What do you look at before we get the entry? So when I went to M15, I realized, oh, these things took liquidity. You see, this thing took liquidity yesterday before we sold, like the way we sold from here. Then it break this low. This is the things that I look at. We took liquidity, we break the low, but where is the last candlestick? The last candlestick of where they trap most of the people that have been buying was that one. So I did mark that area. Then when I saw that one, I say, okay, here also there is the hidden base. And my entry, I'm gonna show you guys, I took it straight from the hidden base. I did not even wait for it to rise to the top. And my stop loss was just on top there. Then another thing that made me took this entry was I have this supply level. But why did the market get here and sell? Why did not market get on top there? Because for people that are trading QML, we're gonna say here there was a QML area, because we have the high, we have the low, higher high, lower low, market return, then we sell. At the same time, we have the base ignore. There is a base ignore, the one that is here, so market come and react. But one thing you need to pay attention to, like even the way markets create all this area, this high there in my range, on this range, from this high to this low, this level, because since it failed to come to the top here, it's become a liquidity. Then market has to do what? Has to come and run it. I know people, they wait for market to come and sell from here. This is what they wait. They'll say it breaks structure again, then they have to come and sell from there. So me, I waited for market to run this one. When market just ran this one, I took the entry already from there. Let me show you guys the entry. I'm not just making up story. No, what is these things? And also this one helped me because when I see this vaccinated stuff, they just come, they're gonna give people number 4, I don't know. So then I end up, okay, so I end up doing like this. After we ran liquidity, then I took my entry straight from there. Do you see? Took my entry straight. Now this one depends on the broker. Took my entry straight from there. Then this is what end up happening, and I'm still holding this trade because this is what end up happening. I even like mentioned the stuff that I was looking in the market and check what happened. Market continue dropping like nobody business. These things are just so simple. When you look at the simple stuff, you're gonna see that they're going to pay for you. And this is my chart. Let me go to M5 so that you can see. This is my chart. You see, guys. So you end up understanding that there is nothing complicated in the market when you are taking your stuff simple. You don't need so many confluence for you, whatever how people they call it, because that is like something like a flags, whatever they call it. You see here there was a holders, then it's also helping me to understand how am I gonna take my entry, you know, those kind of stuff. So I did not wait for so many stories. I just take the entry from there without even asking myself question. And the only thing for you to be able to make money in a forex trading is when you accept the risk. Because I know I have the higher time frame look, but the low time frame give me something that could make me money. Why not taking the trade? I just decide to take the trade. I just decide I can take the trade, and there is no any issue on that. And if you check, we have 1, we have 2, number 3, reversal. We break this area, the eye, then we come down. Then if you want to check your Asian range, how you could take the entry from your Asian range. Where is my Asian range? Today I did not even look at Asian range. It didn't even matter to me. So let me show you guys on the Asian range, because I went until 7. Yes, so 7 is here. This was all the way the Asian range. Today I was just following my stuff, and if we put our line until there above, most of the time I will look for the 50%, but here because we are the QML plus the basic no, this is why market just dropped all the way the downside. This was the Asian range of yesterday, today, and check the way this was London, the Frankfurt, then we sold London, we get the continuation. You see, after we check out the low, all this low, then market return here you could get another entry from the London. Then we come all the way to the downside. You wait for New York. New York open was where? Somewhere here, 7. Then this is 8:30. You see, 8:30. This is 8:30. Let me mark something. This is 8:30 buy. When you are waiting for a timing. And this is London 3:30. And this is the Frankfurt. There you could sell. So if you could get all this sell position to come with them to the downside, then check 9:30 again, you could get another entry where everyone go mad. We are killing on Instagram. If you go on Instagram, you see people that are saying they are killing. Then as we just wait for them to bring us liquidity all the way to the upside so that we can do what we can sell. This is what I did. So I hope this video is gonna be very important to someone, and is gonna try to change the ways looking at the market and take it simple. So sharp guys, family, enjoy.